Θέλω πρώτα να σας ευχαριστήσω όλους εδώ που βρίσκεστε μαζί μας να γιορτάσουμε την φετινή αποτίμηση του Λυκείου. Η μεγάλη χαρά είναι η 16η αποτίμηση που γιορτάζω εγώ σήμερα. Και είμαι όχι μόνο περήφανος, αλλά ευχαριστημένος. Είμαι στεναχωρημένος να φύγουν τα παιδιά, γιατί τα βλέπουν στα δικά μου, αλλά ξέρω ότι θα πάνε σε πιο ανώτερα πράγματα, θα γυρίσουν πίσω να βοηθήσουν το σχολείο, να συνεχίσει το έργο, να προοδεύσει η Ελλάδα, ο πολιτισμός, η γλώσσα, η κουλτούρα και η θρησκεία μας. Plato has divided the soul into parts: eros, desire, and themos, a hunger for recognition. Themos is what motivates the best and worst things we do. It drives us to seek glory and assert ourselves. It drives us to rage if others don't recognize our work. I believe that the St. Demetrius community is truly respected of the thematic of St. Demetrius. We provide each other the recognition for which Plato says we all hunger for. Each individual student has the experience of being acknowledged and appreciated for the particular and unique quality of who they are, and this is not where we lump people together in cliques and fields and labels. This graduating class is to be commended for both the ways in which they very truly represent themselves as distinct individuals and the way in which they accept each other despite their differences. Clearly, respect plays a part in all this. And like many schools, it is central to our mission to instill in our students a sense of respect. Indeed, this year we have paid particular attention to the meaning of respect. Author Sarah Lawrence Lightfoot says, respect is the tender transfer of power. Respect is commonly and traditionally defined by the status and hierarchy which we tend to be static and impersonal. In contrast, respect probably is a two-way affair, where respect begets respect, and the respect will become respected. As who their favorite teachers are, students across the nation select those teachers who respect them. They insist that they learn, get to know their students, and take them seriously, as is the case, I know, with our faculty. We must remember, too, respecting others comes in large part from respecting ourselves. Now, all of these things are good things, which we certainly seek to promote, and which you, our graduates, certainly exemplify. I'd like to suggest to you that respecting ourselves entails, in addition, a quality of respecting our limits, of knowing ourselves to be human in error and prone, and practicing a humility and a humbleness as we make our way into the world. This is especially important because students like you have the skills and talents that will qualify you to achieve great heights in the positions you will occupy in the world of tomorrow. And it is very likely you will end up managing others in some way, shape, or other, heading up companies, perhaps, or leading a school. As you progress up these ranks, it will be both increasingly difficult for you and increasingly important for you to maintain this form of respecting yourself and recognizing your limitations. The ancient Greeks accomplished so much: literature, philosophy, politics, and art, not to mention war. That inevitably they struggled with the problem of not losing their humility. The great motto inscribed on Greece's death, the oracle, was know thyself. But the best interpretation of it is often left out. It really means know thyself to be not a god. Know thyself to be human, including all the frailty that goes with it. Know thyself to be limited always in our person, perceptive of wisdom. The Greek success about hubris, that our greatest mistakes occur at our moments of greatness. Triumph, when we lose our self-respect by the definition and commit acts of arrogance that eventually bring us to our knees. Precisely because we have lost that self-knowledge and hence lost our true self-respect, Greek literature and history teach this again. Indeed, what lies at the heart of what we call Greek tragedy is the loss of self-knowledge and the crisis that follows. Our community can be justly proud of our great success, as was the case with the Greeks. It is both a result and an example of our greatness that we too have grappled with how to avoid the tragedy of hubris, of forgetting we are not gods. James Madison wrote, if men were angels, no government would be necessary. And if angels were to govern men, no separation of powers would be required. So graduate, I ask you, become yourselves, respect others by recognizing them as individuals, honoring their demon and valuing them, and strengthen your practice of respect of others by first respecting yourself, appreciating who you are, remembering your limits and your humility, being ever cognizant of your own humanity, and all that entails. I'd like to congratulate you, the graduates of the class of 2015. Tonight, guest host speaker is Dr. Tennant. For as long as he can remember, Dr. Tennant wanted to fulfill his parents' dream that one of his children would become a doctor. The son of Greek immigrants, Dr. Tennant grew up in a tight-knit community in Little Neck, Queens. He developed a sense of pride to his rich heritage, watching his parents maintain Greek traditions with an American community. Around the corner from his family's home was a diner owned by his father when Dr. Tennant and his twin brother worked during their high school years. Dr. Tennant credits his parents for instilling in him respect for education and strong work ethic. Dr. Tennant began his academic career at Delphi, intent on honoring his parents' philosophy. To offset tuition, he worked long hours on the weekends as a waiter and bartender. At the university, he initially pursued chemistry before deciding on biology as a major. Although immersed in sciences, it was a liberal art education he received that had the greatest impact on Dr. Tennant. Today, Dr. Tennant serves as an Associate Director of the Cardiovascular Medicine at NYU Medical Center in Manhattan. He is also Clinical Associate Professor of Medicine at the Joan and Sanford Weill Medical College at Cornell University. In addition to his role as CEO of the Cardiovascular Associates, the largest cardiovascular group in New York. Dr. Tennant was named one of 2009's best doctors by New York Magazine. He attributes his accomplishment professionally and personally to his experience at the university. Despite the demands of his busy career, Dr. Tennant still finds time to stay involved in the Greek community. In 1999, the Council of the City of New York honored Dr. Tennant for his service to the Borough of Queens as the first medical director of the cardiovascular unit at New York Hospital, Queens, and again in 2000 for his work for Greek Independence Day and his services to the community as a Greek American. The American Hellenic Educational Progressive Association honored Dr. Tennant for his excellence in public service, commerce, and Hellenism with the 2009 Academy of Achievement Award in Medicine. Dr. Tennant and his wife live in Manhattan, New York, and have 3 daughters. In his spare time, this former sports columnist for the Delphians still manages to enjoy his passion for athletics, particularly college basketball. It is my honor to present Dr. Tennant.
Well, he knew more about me than I know more about him. He probably spoke to my brother, who gave him all the dirt. But anyway, I must say, it is truly an honor for me to be here tonight. I hate to tell you how many years it's been since I was last here. About 45 or 50 years ago, when we used to play basketball upstairs. And now I can see these graduates are a lot older than we were, so they probably can read us now, but those are very, very good years. Reverend Fathers, members of the board, faculty, members of the Archdiocese today here, graduates, congratulations.